It's just a quick video of the equipment I'm using, my Nano lagoon tank, or reef tank. I've got a digital thermometer LCD readout. There's like a sensor that goes in the tank, and it gives you the temperature inside the tank, which is now 75.7 Fahrenheit, and you can change it to the temperature outside the tank. There's two alarm settings, for one if it gets too warm and another if it gets too cold, which you set manually. Then we got my Simpsons cup that I use for putting the salt in the bucket when I do water changes. It's the flake food I use. I don't really use too much of this. Maybe once every couple of days I put a few flakes in. Mainly just the cleaner shrimps that enjoy that the most. That's the treatment I use for white spot. I ordered, if you can see that. I ordered it off the internet. It's reef safe. It's very good. Definitely works. I'd recommend that. And then I got my test kits for pH, nitrate, nitrite, and ammonia. All my levels are good. I usually test it once a week, and I'll test it before I get any new corals or fish. This is another bit of seaweed. You're supposed to put it on the clip inside the tank, but I haven't got a clip, so I'll just sort of hang it on the side. None of the fish seem to be very interested in this stuff. I'll try again soon. It's mainly for the dwarf angelfish. Try and get him eating, but he's eating the frozen food now that I use, which is frozen red plankton, brine shrimp, and another couple of bits. I've got some hydrometer, the glass tube one, whatever you want to call it. You float in in the water. You got that green strip. I should probably turn this light off the camera. You see there's a green strip, and I usually get it to float just in the middle, which is about 1024. And I keep it at that. That's always consistent in its readings. Inside the tank, I've got two pumps, MaxiJet, 1100 litres an hour, I think it does, one at each end. I've tried other pumps. This little high door got down in my bucket, high door fan pump. It just wasn't powerful enough, wasn't really working for me. So I use that just to mix the water up when I do a water change. For keeping the glass clean, I used to use this. I use it occasionally, but I found it didn't. It's too much. Keep getting my hand in there all the time, and I was constantly knocking rocks over. There's not a lot of room. There's quite a narrow tank. So this is a lot better. A razor algae scraper. You don't really have to get your hand in there much, and it's really good for getting off tough green algae that builds up sometimes. A toothbrush for cleaning out the skimmer collection cup, and the lighting unit, which is Indo PacificSeaFarm.com said what lighting do I use. I use an Arcadia 4 bulb T5 unit. I think they're 24 watts, I think, per bulb, 22 inch long bulbs. Definitely gives good lighting, but obviously I'd love to have a metal halide, but I think that'd be a bit too much for a 20-gallon tank, to be honest. Heat might have some real heating problems. my skimmer, Nano 100. Basically, it was cheap, you know, 20 quid, which in dollars is probably about $35–40. Nothing really. I just thought I wasn't going to get a skimmer to begin with, you know. I didn't really want to get too advanced. I was only going to have a couple of fish, which I've only got. But, it's, to be honest, I think it's a bit too small. I think really it's for 15 gallons and under. So I just thought, sod it, I'll try it. It's cheap. It makes this sort of glug glug. I haven't got it on at the moment because of the treatment I was using in the tank. It makes this sort of glug glug noise, not a constant froth. It sort of glugs. Someone commented on there and said to put a bit of airline tubing, which I've now done. I tried it. It still makes a glugging noise. I've tried blowing down it. It still makes a glugging noise. I just think it's a cheap piece of crap, to be honest. I don't think it'll ever work properly. But, yes, I think I might try and look for another Nano skimmer one day, but I'm not too bothered at the moment. Yeah, I've got a Magniflow now, which is a lot easier to clean the glass. You don't have to keep putting your hand in there and disturbing the tank and its inhabitants. And the heater is a 100-watt heater, I think. And I think that is about it for the equipment. It's my marine salt, Sarah Marine Reef Salt. Big bucket is £50. Definitely, that's good stuff. That I like that a lot. Yeah, Purple Up I use. I think I've mentioned that in the previous video. Good stuff. Definitely works for me anyway. Some people say it doesn't, but it's definitely working for me. pH buffer, just in case really. I don't use it a lot. It's just in case it's a bit low. And yeah, to cycle the tank, I did start using that power filter, but then I kept reading and hearing that it should take them out, because if you've got live rock in there, it doesn't complete the full cycle, and you get high amounts of nitrates. So I took that out straight away once I've heard a lot about that. So that's all I've got is live rock with power heads filtering the tank, and a little skimmer just for extra protection sort of thing. And yeah, that's about it. That's the equipment that I use. Nothing special. Yeah, I said before, I get RO water, luckily for free, because I know someone who works at a place who can use RO units, and he can get it free, and it's UV sterilised as well. That's the only reason why I'm using it, is because it's free. If it, I couldn't get it, then I'll just use tap water, which I can't see, what the big fuss is about using RO water, because I've used tap water for water changes when I started, and I didn't have any bad algae problems. So yeah, and that's that. So any more, I'll do another video in a couple of days, and see how the new additions are doing. Just an update on the tank. So I'll try and do as many as I can over the next sort of few months, So yeah, thanks for watching.